And good evening, everybody. This is Rob Gehring here from the 2K Profit System, and we are delighted and pleased to be bringing you our presentation for tonight. And tonight's topic for the 2K Profit System is branding, and not just branding anything, but branding you is the key thing. So, and we're going to show you how to do it through the 2K through the eyes of the 2K Profit System. So I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction here, just about the topic, and then you'll be hearing from Vicky with her inspiration and motivation, and then we'll go through our panel and we'll talk about branding, and I'm going to definitely dig into some specifics when it comes to 2KPS and something special that we've done at the TL2I Cash Mailer, which I'm the owner of. So branding, why is it important in a introductory sense? Before I get into too much of the nitty gritty, but when it comes to business, business is business is important. It's something that's serious, and people want to know who they're dealing with. Well, we can keep it real simple in this beginning little introductory segment. They want to know who they're dealing with. I myself don't like to deal with cartoon characters, avatars, strange symbols, and things like that, where I'm going to be putting my hard-earned dollars, because this is a business, right? We're here to earn and be serious. I'm not going to invest in a business being presented by Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Sylvester the Cat, SpongeBob SquarePants, or any of that type of character. I want to deal with Mike Lipsy. I want to deal with Chris Cicluna. I want to deal with Vicky. That's who I want to deal with. People that I can see who they are. I can talk to them and things of that nature. So branding starts out small, as we'll talk about. There's a lot of different twists and turns about it, but it's just being real. It's just being you, and it's being proud of who you are, and that will shine in your business. It starts really small with maybe your lead capture page, but it will shine through if you're being yourself and you're being real. It's going to shine all the way through your entire business. And that's my initial thoughts about branding when we talk about internet marketing, online marketers, and things like that. I'm going to turn it over now to Vicky, who's going to talk about branding in an inspirational and motivational way. So over to you, Vicky.
Hello and good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to share a bit of my personal story. For years, I focused on branding Tennessee Fix, partly because of my struggles with confidence. Hiding behind that brand felt safe, but it prevented me from sharing my true self. As I began working on my own confidence, I realized the importance of branding Vicky Osgood Watley. This shift is making a significant difference and empowering me to connect more authentically and helping me to step out of my comfort zone. If self confidence resonates with you, check out the ebooks in the WSBS back office. They offer valuable resources to help tackle self confidence challenges. One ebook I found that is most helpful with confidence is called How to Stop Worrying About What Other People Think of You. It can be found under 2024 ebooks and is number 14. Another would be the Invincible Mindset 2025 ebook and is number 4. Now, on to tonight's topic, building a strong online presence, the role of branding and mindset in achieving long term success. Branding is how people see your business. It's more than just your logo or colors. It's the story and the values you share with your audience. Good branding makes people feel connected, builds trust, and keeps them coming back. In the online world where there's a lot of competition, standing out is the key. Let's talk about mindset. Having the right mindset means believing in what you're doing and staying positive, even when things get tough. A strong mindset helps you try new things and adapt when changes happen. When you believe in your brand's mission, it becomes easier to keep going no matter the challenges. Your mindset also influences how others view your brand. When you're positive and confident, people are more likely to want to work with you and buy from you. Always being ready to learn new things shows that your brand is active and improving, which people really appreciate. Mind shift, mindset shift, I should say. You are the product. Market yourself confidently by embracing your strengths. Stay consistent. Regularly create and share valuable content and keep a consistent look and message. Quality over quantity. Share helpful content. Even a little value counts way more than lots of fluff. Be real. Show your true self. People love authenticity. Think long term. Building a brand takes time. Keep going and don't let it slow your progress down or get you down. Practical steps. Define your space. Know who you want to reach and what you can offer them. Craft your identity. Create a look and message that's all yours. Think colors, fonts, and words. Share great content. Blog, video, or social media. Choose what works best for you. Engage with people. Respond, interact, and build strong relationships. Network with purpose. Connect with others in your industry thoughtfully. Personal branding is your way to build a solid reputation and become a go to expert. Invest in yourself, nurture your brand, and watch your online career soar. Over to you, Susan.
Hey everyone, that was great, Vicky. I love how very like-minded we all are because I think my training is going to say a few of the same things, but with my unique perspective on it. And so I actually titled mine as well. Um, you are the brand. Your brand is how others perceive you. How they perceive you results from what you put out there. It is things like your picture, signature, the style of your messages, the look of your pages, and any catchphrases you might use. But also, it is much more than that, too. So, branding yourself begins by asking yourself, what do I want to be known for? And writing that down. For instance, I want to be known for my desire and dedication to keep building and serving a like minded team that becomes almost like family. I want to be perceived as a friendly, caring success partner. For whatever it is you are promoting, and in our case, it's 2K profit system, you are what they see and experience first before they look at this system in most cases. You represent what you're sharing. They will get the initial impression of it before they even see it by what they perceive about you. So think of yourself as the face of the 2K profit system and of your primary business. And your branding be real. Rob touched on this in our last training, and it makes me think of dating sites where people present a fake persona. Rob had said that even though it might not be likely, imagine one of your email subscribers or team members meeting you in person and finding out that you're nothing at all like what you branded yourself as. So present a professional you, but also the real you. Not everyone will like you, but you don't need everyone to like you. You need like minded people who feel a connection or resonance with what you're putting out there. And if you feel nervous about it, remember that you're not the only face that makes up the company or the system brand. So heave a sigh of relief, take that pressure off. You are an inviter. You get them to the door and then meet them inside, where at that point, plenty of others are now involved in building the know, like, and trust factors. You don't need to present as perfect, and in fact, it's better to present as someone a lot like them, in my opinion. One main goal of branding is to create a bond with your audience. So here are two ways to do that in addition to having things like a picture, unique signature, and catchphrases. Number one, share your likes and dislikes about this industry, about the experiences we all go through in this industry, about various marketing techniques, and so forth. But also, more generally speaking, like what kind of things you like to do and some things going on in the world that you don't like. This would be done in broadcast emails, follow up, and on social media. Everything you do in your marketing Not just your ads and pages and pictures are branding you, causing people to see you. And you could also become known as not just the 2K profit system guy or gal, but as things like, oh, that's the guy who loves tattoos, or oh, that's the gal who loves to paint. Number two, find your style. This is something you may need to develop. Your style is the way you do things, or more specifically, how people are perceiving that you do things, or what you are known for in regards to how you do things. Like, she always uses a lot of emojis, or he always gets straight to the point, or she always does cute short videos, or he always shares great quotes. And my final tip is to not complicate this. You know what you want to be known for and to be seen as. So it is mostly just being that and then reflecting that in all your marketing work. I'm not sure who I'm handing it over to, Rob or Chris.
I'm gonna kick it to Chris.
All right, great. Thank you, Susan. And also thank you, Vicki. Excellent stuff tonight. And just to let you all know, we don't rehearse any of this. It's kind of coincidental. Everything just kind of syncs up together. So, but I guess if we weren't very like-minded, we wouldn't work together that well. Sorry. Branding yourself is so incredibly important. I cannot stress how important it is because you need people to be able to find you just in case something happens to the platform you're on for whatever reason. Okay, so for instance, remember when, what was that thing called? MySpace. Remember when MySpace was the most relevant social media platform? I think MySpace might have been for a lot of people the first social media platform ever. Um, and now look at it. It's completely obsolete. Now I'm sure MySpace is still out there, and I'm sure there are people with still the page and whatnot. Okay, just like there are still people who have AOL.com for an email address. You know, um, but this is why it's so important to brand yourself because you don't want people to, oh, that Facebook person or that MySpace person. You don't want them referring to you as that, or they had Elmer Fudd as a avatar. You know, that doesn't do you any good. That does Warner Brothers a lot of good, but it does you no good whatsoever. You're not doing yourself any favors. And for me, this was a very hard lesson to learn because I've never liked my face. I've never ever liked my face. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who have that same opinion of themselves. And there's really not a lot I can do about it. Um, there's nothing you really, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just something you have to deal with. Okay. And I had an old martial arts instructor when I first started practicing. I was like 12 years old and I was so shy and I was so self-conscious that I wasn't doing anything in the class. I wasn't learning because I was afraid to look foolish. And he clued into that. Boom, right away. He said, you are going to fail at everything you try if you're so afraid of looking foolish. And that is so true. He worked with me and really brought me out of my shell. And it was probably his teaching that gave me the confidence to actually enlist into the Marine Corps. That, you know, that'll shake you to your core. And actually making it through boot camp, anyone who makes it through Marine Corps boot camp, I have to applaud them because that is the most mentally torturous thing you could ever be a part of. I can't, it's hard to explain. But having this background, even still, coming to marketing and being on camera and using my face as my brand was horrifying to me. I I, I didn't want to do it, and I did exactly what Rob said not to do. I I paid someone to make me a little cartoon dog character that kind of looked like a detective, kind of like McGruff, but not. And he was the marketing mystery dog that's going to help you find your way through. And it was probably the stupidest thing I've ever invested in my entire life. 100% my invention to try to brand myself. And it was just all a waste of time, a waste of money. I mean, it was just, anyway, the minute I started doing things properly, putting my face out there, and then putting a video out there, and then putting more than one video out there, and then putting together some trainings. And then all of a sudden, things started happening for me like magic. And people started looking for Chris. They weren't looking for a program, they were looking for that Chris guy because he knows about Leads Lead, or that Chris guy because he knows how to embed a video. You know, when that starts happening for you, all of a sudden you start getting people looking for you. It's one of the basic principles of attraction marketing. However, if you don't take the time to brand yourself, then no matter what you do, nothing in attraction marketing will ever work for you. And in fact, most of your marketing will have very, very little effect. Because, like Rob said, I mean, maybe I want to do business with SpongeBob SquarePants and Snoopy. But seriously, if Susan was trying to get me involved in Wealth Step by Step, but instead of her face, she was using a Tweety Bird avatar, no offense to Susan, I'd have a very hard time taking her seriously. No matter how good her information is, every time I look at her, it's Tweety Bird. How do I invest serious money with Tweety Bird? How do I go into business with Tweety Bird? I know she says her name is Susan, but it just, like Rob said, it doesn't really make any sense. I tried and failed miserably, and things didn't start working until I started branding myself, signing my emails with my name. You could even on an email, you could even have a PS and drop a link down there, and you'd be surprised how many people not only click on that link but opt in. You know, let people get to know you. Really, let them get to know you. Sometimes I hide behind trading, and Jared called me on it earlier. I had this ridiculous, overblown plan for a bridge page and LCP, and Jared says, Chris, that's not going to let people get to know you. And I was like, I've been in this game for too long to have someone to remind me of such a basic principle. I was actually kind of embarrassed and humbled. Okay. So even if you're an old dog in this business, sometimes you need to be brought back to the basics. And thank you, Jared. Thank you, Rob. Thank everyone here. Without this team, you guys are great. Thank you so much. Back to you, Rob.
Alrighty, thanks, Chris. Great stuff so far, team. Just awesome. So, I mean, there's everything that's been said so far is 100% correct. There's a major opportunity out there right now that literally tries to tell people that it'll have a robot cartoon character follow up with all of their leads. So what that's going to that's going to work really well based on everything that we just said, right? So you got to just use common sense. A lot of times there are some things that you can't replace. And that's you, and that's the key thing. So I'm going to have the boring segment, I think. Here I'm going to go into screen share. I'm going to actually do a little bit of, we like to use the term nuts and bolts. I'm going to do a little bit of nuts and bolts of what we brought to you for the sense of branding. So I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to, and just let me know if you guys can see my screen. You should be seeing my 2KPS back office right now. That coming through?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks. So how I want to start this is, let me just go into step 4 real quick of the 2K profit system. And that's where, as you guys know, we've mentioned this many times, there's 3 phases of 2KPS. There's your positioning phase, there's your setup phase, and then there's your advertising phase. And everything lives here. That's the beautiful part. All the answers to your marketing questions lie in one place, your back office of the 2K profit system. It is soup to nuts like I've never seen in my entire life. And we're only going to be adding more. It's just going to be crazy as the time goes on. So we talk about in step 4 building these pages, right? And what's missing from these pages? I'll answer it. There's no branding. These are generic lead capture pages. Now, that's an industry standard, especially when you're running paid traffic. It's not ridiculous to say the people who are opting in maybe don't care about me, but they will when they get to the bridge page, which is generally what they call the next page that comes up. But a lot of people want to run these pages everywhere. They want to run them into free traffic, which requires a little bit more branding. And who's to say that in paid traffic that this prospect, the sooner they see your name and your face, I think the better. So as the owner of the TL2I cash mailer, I've spent literally more than 15 years. Just TL2I is 15 years old, but I had a program prior to that literally ran the concepts of build your list before somebody else. I was one of the innovators of that concept. Build your list first before somebody else. And the picture on the lead capture page, that goes back 20 years. That literally goes back 20 years, believe it or not. So I'm going to flip now from step 4 in our 2KPS. I'm going to come over to TL2I cash mailer and tell you a little bit of a story there. So I'm going to click on TL2I, which is step 1 in your 2K profit system. I'm going to go ahead and log in to my account. And probably I'm going to get hit with some great stuff like a 10,000 credit offer. That is so cool. Wow, one of the great features of TL2I. So I'm going to readily accept that offer of 0 and complete my purchase. And there we go. Okay. All righty. So TL2I was built well before 2K profit system. So I had what we call the 7 steps to success. So upgraded members or people that would earn or gain an upgrade have the ability to go into step 2. Everybody in the 2K profit system who joins well step by step in step 2 gets not just an upgrade, but a JV upgrade. So that's a really awesome bonus. It's a $250 value. And there's a lot of reasons why we do that. And it's in your steps. And we've done webinars on that. But what was really cool about these 7 steps was before 2KPS, this is how we built our lead capture pages. So when 2KPS came along, I said, you know what? I'm retiring basically the page maker at the TL2I cash mailer. The marketing system, those training steps are still good. And one of the topics is step 3, which is branding, right? Uploading, which we also known as putting your picture on your lead capture page. Because that's what we were known for at TL2I is you would build a page and it would have your picture and you could customize features and whatnot. We just have a better mousetrap with 2KPS and Leads Leap. And I had to say uncle after 15 years. But TL2I is fine. I mean, I think the 7 steps are still awesome. I believe they have the cash to click. We have the great advertising platform. I mean, it's just awesome. It literally takes a lot of relief off of me and takes a lot of worry off my back to have what we have at 2KPS. So if you're going through your training steps at TL2I, you're going to notice that you're basically just sent over to 2KPS to set up your lead capture page in the what we call setup phase before you start advertising and running traffic. But I knew that I had a coming soon here for quite a while over here in step 3 about branding. But then we had a great fellow named Tom Rooney who I said, Tom, can you, because I saw that he put his picture on his page, just like I have right here. See how cool that is? So Tom showed that to me and I said, and Chris had shown that to me before. I don't want to, I want to give Chris credit because he was putting his picture on Leads Leap pages as long as I can remember. But Tom stepped up, and we love to see new people step up and say, you know what, I will do that. I will create a tutorial. So I said, Tom, teach me. So Tom recorded a video, which we placed over here in step 3. So basically, after you create your lead capture page using our simple system at 2K Profit System, You just come over here, TL2I step 3, you watch Tom's video, which is 5 minutes. I'm not even going to, it's so simple that I'm not even going to go through it because I did it literally, but I think I was at the 3-minute mark on Tom's video and I was already done, but I still watched it. I still watch it to the end. That's how good that guy is. And there he goes. I was able to drop it. You can put it in different spots. With this particular page that's been converting like crazy for me, I figured this was a nice place, the left-hand side. I will say if you're running like your fields going across, you want to stack your name, your email, and your show me your join button. Stack them in a column. When you go sideways, that really makes it hard to work your picture in. So just a little pro tip there. I think sometimes the leads leap default gives you that kind of horizontal form look. That's, you don't want that. You want it to look like something like this. But how easy that was. And I just hope that everybody here who's listening who hasn't done this yet just adds this little procedure, goes to TL2I step 3 and adds that picture onto their lead capture page. You don't have to, but I think it's, and we've had an overwhelming response. We put it out there to one of our chat groups and I don't know, 10 people just immediately started, they were doing it within minutes and popping their link in the group. And it was really a gratifying moment. So we're proud of that. Now you can still always go through your 7 steps at TL2I. You don't have to, nothing epic. Just read some thoughts that I have about various parts of marketing and pick up cash and credits as you go. But always return back to your 2KPS to finish your setup and to start running traffic, which is the traffic button. The advertising resources is critical because if you build it, if you position, you're ready for $2,000 commissions, which is unbelievable, life-changing, and you stop right there. You set up and then you stop and you don't advertise. Boy, that's really sad. We don't want anybody to do that. But the reason that you want to, my thoughts are, why should I do this? What's the point? Well, I'll give you a story. So I've been advertising a lot without the picture, and I started advertising with the pictures. So when I follow up, a lot of times I'll send a text message and then I'll leave a little audio. You can actually, did you guys know you can leave an audio message as a text, like literally an audio? Like it's real easy to do. So that lets a person know that A, you're real, you're not a bot, because real people talk like me. I say and ah, and I stutter, and that's what people want. To what everybody in the panel said earlier, that this is what people are looking for, not that polished professional speaker, but the person who doesn't say it always perfectly, but sounds like me, looks like me, sounds like me. Sign me up. I'm ready to go with this person. That's who I'm looking for. So when I sent my text message, they recognized, I said, hi, I'm Rob Gehring, from the 2K Profit System. And they immediately recognized that. And it was by having the picture and with my name versus, because the way my system is set up, and we have something called a bridge page too that you can use to brand yourself with a video and whatnot. But the way my system works is I kept it real simple. I believe in the KISS method. Keep it simple, superstars. I stole that from Susan. So when they go to my next step, takes them right into the 2K Profit System, and half of my leads join. So I have a great conversion rate. So I'm not apt to really change up my methodology, but they're going to have a harder time trying to find me. They can meet me here. I'm not Jared. I see him because he's my sponsor. But they would click meet your sponsor and they would see me, but they may not do that, right? So at least I have a fighting chance that now when they see the text message, they can put a name to a name and a face now to a name. And it's all about the follow-up team. I mean, we do special training with our mastery level folks, and it's nothing but to follow up. Everything else is very easy and doable. Generating hundreds of leads is actually pretty easy if you're willing to put skin in the game. But what's hard is taking the initiative and literally reaching out to people. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. And we're going to spend a lot of training time in 25, 26, 27, all the years to come, because that is the problem. It's not the colors of the lead capture page. It's not the email content. It's not anything. It's not the income streams. It's nothing but people not following up with their leads and their signups and treating them like the gold that they are. So they go to somebody else. And it's that 5% segment that wins all the time because they laugh and they say, oh, they keep telling the other gurus, keep telling them not to use personal follow-up, and I'll keep raking in the profits. Well, we're changing that because we are teaching network marketing is what we're teaching. We're going to, by hook or crook, this is what it is, because that's the reality of the failure in the industry of internet marketers, is the fact that they get stopped and stuck at that final, and it's an easy area. We just make it so complex and hard in our minds that we paralyze ourselves. And my mission statement for my remaining time on this earth is to fight that fight and be there with you arm in arm, giving you every tip, every little solution, every little encouragement that I possibly can to change that, because it's a shame. It's a shame. And it's the reason I have been successful, hugely successful online, is simply because I am what they call a hustler when it comes to follow-up. And I'm bringing that term back as a good term, as a positive term, a grinder, a hustler. I go after it because that's how you win. I go after it in the sense of I want to help other people be successful too. And that becomes your passion, and it's an addiction. And then the money is a great byproduct of this addiction, and you make a living doing it. You become a professional coach. I guarantee you, if you go all in with us, you take the mastery package, you come to our master classes on Tuesdays after our regular meeting, and you book regular one-on-one sessions with me, I will make you a professional marketing coach. And with the income potential that you have, and we have with the 2K profit system, the only failure would be if you don't follow what I say and the others say here. It's that simple. So I'm going to end on that note because, I just think that's a good stopping point. So I'm going to turn over to Jared, and he's going to give you some additional thoughts about branding, and then we're going to take your questions. So let me come back to you, find my way back, turn off screen share, and turn over to my good friend, Jared Myers.
Yeah, I'm not real sure how I can follow up with any of that now.
That was pretty good.
After five people. So now I'm going to just kind of share a few things, I guess, not to do when you are branding yourself. Can you see my screen? You can see my Facebook page.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We see it.
Yes.
I don't know why it always takes me to something different. So anyway, and Rob and I have talked about this, but I've been doing this for 25 years. So a lot of things I like to do, I kind of separate myself. I like to stand out with video marketing. Okay. I use the bridge page to build a brand. I don't make a long video when they come to this page. I only make it about 2 minutes long, but kind of what I do is I introduce myself. I kind of tell them my experience, how long I've been in the industry, what they can expect with the system on the next page. And then I just give them a call to action, and I tell them, hey, click the button directly below this video and continue on to the next step, which would be the sales page. Now with our system, you guys don't have to do a bridge page. This system is converting great with just a capture page with your picture on it, and it'll take them directly to the sales page. Okay. The bridge page is really for more advanced users, that are comfortable with doing video, that have been in the game a long time, that want to push the boundaries, I guess. Okay. This is for people that are comfortable talking in front of a camera to themselves. All right. When I first started, I couldn't talk in front of a camera to save my life. Okay. I was terrible at it. But after a lot of practice and after a lot of years of doing it, it just kind of becomes natural. So I use the video. Okay. What I would suggest if you're new, just do the capture page, put your picture on that capture page, and the system's going to convert. Okay. As long as you guys are following up with your leads and your new members, okay, when they come in and they create a free account, you guys are going to want to contact them. Now, if you're in your back office, okay, let's say somebody joined you you guys got to make sure that you're uploading your photo. So just click this. If you don't, okay, it's going to look like this in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, there's going to be an image of a gravatar. Okay, nobody's going to see who you are. It could be an image of a gravatar. It could be a different image, whatever gravatar.com picks. Okay, that's what's going to end up there. So just a simple step here when you go to start here. Okay, just go to upload photo if you guys haven't done this yet. Watch the video. Okay, I walk you through it step by step, how to upload your photo to gravatar.com. If you have a Gravatar account, okay, then you'll just follow the steps below here. Okay, so very, very simple. Another way you guys can brand yourself using social media. Now, I've come to find that Facebook has become almost non-existent. I'm not even getting hardly any traction on it anymore. But if you guys do use social media and you have a big following, okay, use a picture, a professional picture or a picture of your family, something, you know, that you're enjoying life, that you're a person that somebody wants to work with. For example, don't use a skull. Nobody wants to work with the skull. Okay. This is a terrible example. Okay. Everybody on my Facebook is internet marketers. And if I come to this and I'm like, what in the hell is that?
That's frightening.
This is the worst example of branding yourself. So don't do that. You know, if you're branding yourself and you're in your profile, you're saying, oh, I'm a crypto extraordinaire and I'm a Bitcoin expert. Guess what I'm going to do to you? I'm going to block you instantly. I'm a traffic, I'm a solo ad expert. Yep, I'm going to block you instantly. Okay, just set up your intro. Father of two, entrepreneur, happily married, sports enthusiast, love high ticket. And I need to change that because GLN is now with 2KPS. But that would now say owner, or it'll say co-owner of 2KPS. Okay, you don't have to make all of your public info like right over here. You can make a lot of this private. And then, of course, you want to link back to whatever system you're promoting, which hopefully would be 2KPS. Okay, you can put a link here to go directly back to your capture page. Also in social media, you can pin a post. Okay, if you're getting a lot of traction, you guys can pin this. All right, so just be like, if I want to pin this, and I'm not sure I can do it right now. Yeah, so you can click these three dots. If you want to pin a post to the very top of your page, you just click pin post. And then it just pins that up there permanently. So that'll be the first thing that somebody sees. So just a little tidbit. I'm not going to get into a whole lot about Facebook, but that's just kind of a few tidbits that you guys can take from tonight. So I will turn it back over to you, Rob.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Jared. Those are good tidbits. So that could be a good future topic where we're talking, because everybody has Facebook, I think, and everybody uses social media, and we should get something out of it. A little, you got to watch. You can turn people off too, but you know, I think we can all probably benefit from just a little bit more and that's part of branding too. So it kind of goes hand in hand. All right, so Q&A time. We have a good bit of time left here. So I'm just going to see, first of all, before I put anybody on the spot, who has a question or comment regarding 2KPS? I'd like to hear from you. So you can use the chat button, which I'm going to click again to bring up my chat or see if anybody has any questions over there, or you can unmute yourself and speak. Either way is fine. I don't think we have any questions in chat. I didn't see anything over in the Facebook on the Facebook page. I know Sandy Murray stopped by in Hawaii. What a great place to live, Sandy Murray. So that was really cool. I couldn't stay long, but I did notice that. But anybody have anything before I call on some people here?
Michael, your audio is not coming through.
Oh,
I see
Michael
your
was
lips moving, but
yeah, just unmute Mike.
he is unmuted.
Oh, he is unmuted.
No, he just
Probably
muted
something.
himself.
Now you're muted. So something with your headset, maybe, Mike? Yeah. Yeah, because
If
we
you
heard you.
changed,
We heard you before, fine, in the beginning.
If you changed your audio device, you have to go down to the audio icon, lower left-hand corner of the screen, hit the caret, and you should be able to choose your headset that you're on for your microphone, and that should give you your ability to talk.
All right, we're gonna let you figure that out, Mike. Hang on, we'll come back to you, buddy. Okay. So, all right, who else? Anybody else while Mike's figuring out his headset? Oh, I'm looking at Marcia. Marcia, what do you got? You got anything for me tonight, Marcia? Or are you good?
Oh, I was just kind of laughing because I wanted to use my Gravatar
Mm-hmm.
link when I first joined, and there was something else we had to go do. So, can I assume that my picture's still there with that other original place we were supposed to go get a picture?
I don't know. You'd have to go look in your
I'll have to go look at my page.
check your back office, yeah. But that's not tied anything into that lead capture page process that we're doing. That's a whole.
No.
Yeah, we're going
Are
into
you-
lead sleep for that.
are you
Yeah,
talking-
my picture's on all my lead
Okay.
capture pages.
Good.
Are you talking about when we hooked up to freeimage.host?
So yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's been removed. So the uploading it to Gravatar is really simple. It takes you
well, I
probably,
already have a Gravatar. That's fine.
well, then it may have grabbed it already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
So
will
if you
check.
have a Gravatar account, this is the same email as you're using for 2KPS, then it'll automatically upload it. But you can check when this is over too if you want.
All
All
right.
right.
Sounds good. Anything else, Marcia? You good?
No, nothing else.
All right, Mike, you get your Mike. Did Mike get his mic figured out, Mike? No, still
Nope, not yet.
not yet. Not yet. You may want to switch back to without the headset. I think that would maybe work out for you on that if you want to do that. All righty. So we'll check back with Mike again. How about Lloyd Murray? What you got, Lloyd? I know you generally like to participate in the meetings.
Oh, yes. Evening, Rob. Yes, I wanted to mention about the branding where we're talking about.
Mhm.
A while back, my profile picture, I was using a cute koala bear.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, and the reason for that was, kind of a combination of security and shyness. But one of my WoW app contacts looked at my page and saw that and basically told me, you don't want to be seen. You must be a scammer.
Hmm.
And I'm definitely not a scammer. So
Right,
that's why
you're
I'm
not.
watching my face. I just wanted to add my 2 cents.
Yeah, that's a great story. I appreciate you sharing that, Lloyd. Yeah. So they get that. Sometimes we get our best feedback from our leads, from our prospects, from somebody who cares enough to at least say what they're thinking. And that's a good learning. So, and then you took care of that. So yeah, because it's all about, and I like just seeing people for who they are. There's nobody, I don't think people think there's judgmentalness that goes on, maybe in a small way, but not like people's minds imagine it to be. People just enjoy, I think, people as to who they are. It's, yeah, like Vicky pointed to her head. It's the headspace. It's us. It's not them. We're the enemy of ourselves, honestly. All right. So thanks, Lloyd. Christy,
Yes.
any updates? Anything to share?
No, I
Yes.
haven't been able to do much this week. I need to get that video to my lead capture page. I've had a lot of family stuff going on.
Okay. It's just part of the balancing act that we have to do. Some weeks are better than others. So yeah. All good. Don't let it this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're going to use that analogy here. It's a marathon, which is a marathon is 26.2 miles. I've never run one, but this is what I understand. So this is a marathon here. So you're good. You can make up for it in, the next week or what, it's all good. All right. Okay. Excellent.
I ran one marathon.
There he is. There's my guy.
Okay.
Michael.
My question was
Yes.
on your lead capture page, I noticed that you don't ask for the phone number.
Right.
What is the purpose of that?
Well, that's a great question. And because you know me from from way back for a
Yeah.
long time, and I generally would run with a phone field um, on my lead capture page. But what we've learned over time is that if basically when you have a program like 2KPS, person fills out the form, they put in their name and their email address. They look at the next page, which is our 2KPS sales page, which is free to join. So if somebody, and when they join, we get their phone number. So it's kind of like a sifting and sorting. But with that being said, I can easily flip back the other way and say, you know what, if you're not satisfied with it, maybe if you're running a smaller budget and you're not getting as many leads, you should probably put that phone field, because then you can literally personally work with each one of those people, irregardless of whether or not they go and join 2KPS or not. But when you have an opportunity that's free, you usually get about half that'll sign up, and then you figure, well, the other half must not be serious if they're not going to take that next step and join free and give us their phone number. Definitely, if it's an opportunity where there's a payment required, like for the program to join, and that's like the next page it comes up, you always want to have a phone field on your lead capture page, because you're not going to have many people probably take that next step. So, but I think for 2KPS, we think that that's the right thing to do. But you, as the Michael marketer, or Chris or Christy, can easily, just like we added our photo to our lead capture page, we can modify that real easy and drop a phone field there.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
great question. That's a very, 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 very good question. All right, cool. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. The traveling trucker. All right.
That's me, traveler trucker.
Oh, geez. We talk about branding. That's a brand right there. There's a guy that has been consistent with how long you been doing the traveling truck? I know you've been a trucker for a long time, but when did you start using the moniker traveling trucker?
2020.
Okay, so that's a 5 years of consistency, building a following. Many of you have seen his articles. He does posts that refer to that speak to 2KPS. So we let those through because they're not marketing anything other than 2KPS, which everybody's already a member of. So you've probably seen some of his work. If not, take a look at it. It's interesting. He's branded himself and created a niche, which I think will continue to grow over time. So definitely a perfect guy to have on tonight's show for sure. Keep up the good work, Mike. All right.
Thank you.
Who else do we have? Lisa. What's going on in Lisa's world?
Hello.
Hi, Lisa. Anything for us tonight? Questions, comments, anything we can help you with?
Not right now. I was looking at I was actually looking at the lead capture pages because I put a bunch of them in there and I had to take them back out and all the all the lettering and stuff was all bunched together. So
Oh, okay. When you were trying to put your picture in, did that kind of?
I got my picture in a couple of them.
Okay. All righty.
Mine
Go ahead, Jared.
Mine was doing the same thing tonight, so I don't know if it's an issue with theirs or what.
Maybe it depends on the page that you're trying to work on, because maybe not all of them are as conducive as others when it comes to dropping that picture. One of the nice features of Leads Leap, though, is there's an undo, and you think it's in the upper right hand corner. So never save until you're pretty sure that you're good to go. And then if you feel like it's messed up, if you hit undo, it's like undo upper right hand corner. It'll reverse what you did, and then you can get it back to where it was. I think you can do that even after you save. Is that right, Chris, or is that a pre-save function?
Pre-save.
So once you save, you probably can't undo then, huh?
No, once you save, you can't undo.
Okay, so that would be.
And
Be
there's
careful.
no such thing as pre-save.
Okay, so you can undo, but once you save, you're locked in with your creation. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, don't put it that way, because I mean, even though you've saved it, you can still delete the picture.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, we'll fix any.
You could
formatting issues or whatever. Yeah.
Right. I understand that. When
Yeah.
the thing to remember with working with Leads Lead is that out of the box, it's already set up to give you something that looks good on a computer, laptop, tablet, or cell phone. And you got to be real careful of the margins because if just one section or block is over the margin just a little bit, it's going to screw up the alignment on everything. So if you notice it screws up the alignment, just do the undo, like Rob said, real quick,
Yeah.
and then insert a new section just underneath the text. Put your picture in there, a little slide blurb, and boom, you're done.
And always test on phone and computer because phone is a way different format than so. Yeah, very good. Thanks, Chris. I knew you'd have the answer to that. Did I help, Lisa?
Yeah. I did.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, excellent. All righty, cool. All right, I think Gloria, maybe our final participant here in the Q&A. Anything new, Gloria? I know we talked to you Tuesday, so I don't know if there's anything different between Tuesday and now, but if there is,
I was ecstatically happy this morning when I
oh
woke
yeah,
up and came
tell
in
everybody.
and found out I had my first lead I've ever had, truly,
Woo!
that I've ever had.
There we go. There's a success story.
So I can
Way to
see
go,
that what I'm
Gloria.
doing is working now. I'm starting to grasp hold of some of these
Oh
information
yeah,
and
because
stuff.
you know what, Gloria, if you can get 1, you can get 10, you can get 50, you can get 100. It's that simple. And then it becomes a math game. Because
Yeah.
there's always that thought in your head, is it working? When you don't get a sign up to something. We've all gone through that, and we go and we check and we're like, what's wrong? And then you get that sign up. Because when I'm playing with new payment pages and nobody's taken the package that I just rolled out, I'm like, oh my God, and then I try to go and I log in under somebody's account and see if I see it come up and test the payment button or whatever. So yeah, that's awesome. So now you know it works. You can relax and just continue to drive traffic, and it's really the follow up and stay with that person that you mentioned to me. Yeah, that should be the center of your universe right now to try, and you're trying to help them. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah, it really changed things around for me in confidence.
Yes.
So I'm
Unshakable
happy.
confidence, right? The unshakable, what is that, Vicky? The unshakable mindset,
Yep.
right? The unshakable. That's it.
Yep.
Just the magic.
Continue
That's the
to
magic.
continue to be consistent because that's where the results happen.
Yeah. And
Daily
I think
And
action.
that's a challenge, and that's a challenge sometimes for me because of all my responsibilities around here.
Yeah. And don't fall for that little robot that says it'll follow up with all your leads and make you all kinds of money, because it's a freaking lie. It's a freaking
Oh, I know.
freaking lie. It
I
doesn't
mean, I've been
exist.
around a while to know, recognize some of this stuff, but
I know, but people still
but
they fall for
it's
that. They fall for
crazy.
it. It is
I
crazy.
think it's the age I'm getting to now that's interrupting.
You're very wise. See, we're a wise bunch of people here. We're going to leverage that. Okay. All righty. So that's really all I've got. Anybody else have any questions, comments, thoughts before we
Do
take
have
this
a
puppy home?
question.
Sure, Kristen.
Going back to what we were talking about, lead sleep and the saving and the undo.
Yeah.
I know once you save everything, but is there a way to change the share code so your capture page changes, or do you have to do a whole new email series page for that?
No,
Do you have to
you
do
have
a
to
page
do.
for each capture page?
Okay, wait now. When you say, do you have to do a page for each capture page?
Like each capture page has a share code. Is there a way to
Yeah.
change the share code on your email series, or do you have to do another page for leads lead?
Okay, hang on for a second. There's a share code for the email series, and there's a share code for the page.
Right,
The two
right.
share codes are not related.
Yeah.
Right. The share code on the page, like when you go to the page builder, do you have to do a
Yes.
page for each lead capture page, or can you change the share code?
You can change the share code.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can change the share code. You can update the share code. Okay. I've done that
was what I was
several
wondering.
times.
Okay.
Yeah. Every time you make a change to the page, like let's say you have a team and you've promised your team that everything is done for you. So you make a change to the page. When you make a change to the page, you can generate a brand new share code and give it to your team.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So let me ask a question to the group. Who's had a 2KPS sign up in the last 7 days? Raise your hand.
Me.
A 2KPS sign up. Okay. So the question we all have to ask ourselves, myself included, is where are they tonight? Right.
I've
Where are they?
invited
I
all three.
asked.
And I'm
Go
I'm
ahead, Vicky.
I'm indicting myself too because she promised she would be here. I know I sound like I'm making excuses, but yeah, it's something we just got to continue to work at figuring out a way to get these guys in these meetings.
Well,
You just got to be consistent.
Yeah,
I had one that told me, he's like, I'm stuck. What's my next step? I said, come to the webinar. We go through it.
yeah,
You can get your questions answered.
right.
I
Mhm.
never heard back from him. And then my other one told me yesterday that she had completed step 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how she could have done that because she didn't. I'm like,
Right.
what are you talking about? What step did you complete? Because I
Hmm.
don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
And
That's
then she
interesting.
never got back to me. So,
A
She
lot
wasn't
of them.
talking TL2I, right? She would have needed an upgrade to
but
advance.
she didn't even sign up to TLTI yet.
Yeah. All right. So it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
No.
A lot of
I
them.
know she did connect with me on Facebook, and she's in our group, and she connected with me on WoW.
Yeah.
Unless that's what she's talking
Yeah.
about, but
It
that's
could
not
be.
our steps.
Well, here's the thing, like, because I was working with my person today, Tracy, and so you have under the welcome video, it's kind of like pre-steps because you do your Facebook group, you do your wow. That's the getting started before you actually then to the right go to step one. So
Yeah,
maybe she was thinking that because if she did Facebook group
maybe.
and wow, that would be 2 steps right there, and throw in one other
I'm
thing, and
still trying
those
to
are three
get in
steps.
touch with her. I did invite her to the group tonight, but I didn't hear from her. So I'll touch base with her on
Yeah.
probably Facebook or WoW.
So either every day or every other day, I would say at the very latest. So you should have a list of your team, and then it's like, okay, where are you at in the process, and they should report in and say, well, TL2I, I'm stuck, and then hopefully you have an opportunity where they're being honest and transparent with you, so you can fix it and get them unstuck. So your job is to find out why they stopped if it's and there may be nothing you can do because they may have decided themselves that they just whatever they're not going to do it. But I think a lot of people get stuck, and it's our job to unstick them just to find out where they're at. And then if it's constantly, then you've identified this person as, yeah, I mean, you hit a point where they have to have some level of self-direction. But I think in the beginning, you definitely want to keep that the lines of communication going, nudging them forward. And then, just like we've seen tonight, like people have these moments of clarity where and the confidence goes through the roof, and that could take them around the board a couple of times, right? Because they're just pumped up because you helped them figure out something. And I've had people say, oh, I was just ready to quit until you came into the picture and got me through that. We have a member right now who's having issues with something, and it's on their computer side though, but I'm still trying to fight the fight and give them thoughts. And a lot of times you got to go, if you're having this is just a general thing, but if you're having an issue with antivirus software or a firewall, the support ticket should go to that company. It's not necessarily anything 2KPS can solve because we don't know all the various firewall softwares, but they could literally whitelist the site like 2KPS or TL2I. Your internet service provider can whitelist things, take blocks off. So sometimes we got to just direct people to the right resources too. But never give up on people until they give up on themselves is really my final thought for tonight. And I thank everybody for coming. We'll do this again on Tuesday. I think one of the big takeaways, a lot of takeaways from the branding standpoint, but let's just all kind of, we can talk about it in groups and chat and whatever. Let's really formulate a plan to really get some some of the newer people into these meetings. So we have through the weekend, and Tuesday will be the next opportunity to really, get some more guests. Just commit. Everybody should commit to get one. That's all. Maybe you get more than that, but if you can bring one guest, and everybody does that, now we're really cooking, because we can then influence these people, and it's part of the selling. It's part of this how we sell 2KPS. Bring your leads and new team members in, and we will help close deals. And I will do that outside of the conference setting too, in small sessions, in one-on-one coaching sessions, whatever, a three-way call, kind of whatever is necessary. So we'll do whatever we got to do to help folks out. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you all Tuesday, and as always, to your massive success. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.